Now, Salesforce tab. Salesforce tab or a Salesforce navigation items. Salesforce tab or a Salesforce navigation item. Salesforce tab is called in the classic and Salesforce navigation item is called in the lightning. Now, what is the tab and what is the navigation item? So tab is nothing but if like it is also a graphical user interface element. Tab is graphical user interface element. So in order to represent, like we have a S objects, we have a S objects. S objects is nothing but Salesforce standard objects and custom objects, also external objects. Now, if you want to represent, if you want to show these objects to the end users, how do you show these objects in the end users? Like we have created the objects at the backend, but how the users will be able to see these objects? If you want the user to see these objects, we need to take a help of tab or a navigation item. So if you go here, Salesforce, if you go to the one of the application, so whatever on the top level we have, so account, contact, reports, dashboard position, these all are the navigation items. These all are navigation item in the classic. Same thing is there, which is we call it as a tab. We call it as tab. Now, if user want to, like what are the objects we have created, if user want to see here, like if you click on the position object, or click on the account object and click on the new button, then there is a screen gets open here and it will show the certain fields here. So if you want this kind of a integration, this kind of a graphical user interface to show the information to the user, we need to take a help of tab. So tab is nothing but, it is a graphical user interface element. So which is going to represent the standard objects, which is a Salesforce object or a Salesforce standard object, custom object or external object within the Salesforce application. The purpose of the tab is nothing but why do we use a tab? Tab in the Salesforce is used for the navigation, for providing the user with the convenient way, like a user can access a certain information and user can interact with the system by entering the certain information in the tab. So with the, in order to take the information, in order to have a user interaction, then we will create a tab. Now, how do I create it? Now you need to go to the Salesforce, quick find search for a tab, then you will be able to find the tab option. Just click on a view tabs and available in the organization. Or else, while creating the custom object itself, you need to specify the checkbox, right? To create a While creating the object itself, you have to select the checkbox, launch new tab wizard. So there you will be able to create it. So let's say here I'm going to search in for a tab. Click on these tabs. No. Tab. So in this tab, we have this is to create a new custom tab to extend the Salesforce functionality or new application functionality. Now let's focus on the first one, which is called as a custom object tab. Custom object tab. Now let's click on the new button. Now, before going to the new button, now tab is having a two types of tab. Standard tab and the custom tab. Standard tab and the custom tab. Standard tabs are provided by the Salesforce and custom one developer or a admin will be creating it. Developer or admin will be creating the custom tab, custom object tabs. Standard object tabs are which is nothing but it is already Salesforce is already implemented standard object tabs. So this standard object tab is for example, account object. We have already tab is there for the account. contact already tab is available. These are for the standard objects. For custom object tab, developer or admin has to create it. Now what I have done, click on this tab. Now we are creating the custom object tab. Now click on this new tab. Let's say here it is going to show only 3 objects. Why it is showing only 3 objects? Because tab object, whatever the objects list is there, this object list, it will show the only the objects list that does not have a tab. It will show only the objects that does not have a tab. Now, whatever the objects that we have created, like an external object, order details, and from the schema builder, I have created the candidate. So these objects does not have a tab. So that's the reason it is showing only those 3 objects. Now it will not show all the objects. Let's say I'm taking the external object, which is called as a order. Now here, tab style. Now click on this tab style. Now let's assume that this is a, I'll just take one of the icon. You can use any style. Default on for all the profiles. Click on the next button and save. Now, order tab is created. Now if I click on again the new button, if I go to the click on drop down, order will not be displayed because order is already having a tab. Now if I go to the order details and select the tab style, I'll choose something here. Now order details, click on the next button, provide it by default on for all the profiles and add it to custom app. So click on save. Now here 2 external objects are created. Now if I go back to the application, click on it, refresh. I'm going to search here, order. Now I can see order details and the 2 orders are displaying here. One is an external object and one is a Salesforce object. How to identify which one is the external object? If I wanted to rename the external object, can I do it or not? We will see that later. So right now, whatever the objects, what are the tabs we have created for the object, I can see the tabs here. I can see the tabs here. Right, so this is the order details. Now if I click on this all, now I can see the data that is pulled from the external system. From the hierarchical system, whatever the data is pulled, I can see these records. So there are so like 50 plus records are available. When you hardly see the URL, right? This is the record of the order details and the related to if you have any related list, you will not be able to see anything here. So these are the tabs that we have created for the external object. Even for the custom objects also, you can create a tab. Now if you click on a new button, now we can see one of the, you will see here object. If you click on down and you will see here candidate. Right now only one object which is available, candidate. Let's click on the tab style. Now I can click on this, some tab style and available for all the profiles and go to save. Click on save. Now we can see the another tab which is called as the candidates. Candidates object here. You can see the candidate object. Click on all. You will be able to see. you will be able to see. So that's about the tabs. Now, assignment. So take a assignment of this. Create a custom object with the name position to store all the open position jobs information object and add the below fields. No. Yesterday you have created one of the object without a custom, without a tab, right? We have created yesterday the object which is called player. The assignment which I have given, two assignments I have given. One is a player.
Yeah, another is game.
The player and the second one is games. Games is that with the option you have already created, you can see the tab. Now, yesterday, whatever you have created the player, we have created the player without a tab. Now, what you will do is the assignment is you need to enable the tab as a player object. Now, this is the tab.